6'8" junior out of Melton, Australia. Lynn University is coached by Scott McMillan, assistant coach James Altman, and Jason Averkamp. So Lynn comes in at 2-7 in conference play. They are 4-15 overall. St. Leo began the season with a healthy 9-2 record. Since then, have dropped 7 of 8 games. They are 1-8 in conference and 10-9 now on the season. St. Leo in their road green unis with gold trim. They're working from my right to left. Lynn in their home whites with blue trim. Pretty good crowd on hand. The tap controlled by McCallum against the 6'11" Kendrick. And Josh Garcia moves ahead to Chris Hall with a dangerous pass across court to Garcia. Right side, Javon Robinson. Robinson moves left around a Gaskins screen. Back to Garcia, low right Gaskins. Backing down, turns in the paint. Left-handed scoop shot is in. Jimmy Gaskins around the 6'11" shot blocker Kendrick. 2-zip Lynn. Kendrick in the baseline, left-hander, short jumper, no good. Rebound tipped around to McCallum. Outlet Garcia. Garcia advances down the middle of the floor and scoops to Hall. Hall moves right around a Gaskins screen, returns a pass to Gaskins. In the corner, Garcia, 4-3, good. 5-zip Lynn, a quick start. Attacking back the other way, the Lions driving, hanging, shooting, and a charge is called. And that will go on Daniel Oliver, the senior guard from Georgia. He limps to the bench at floor to go. Josh Garcia running the point guard position. Rodney Kennedy unavailable tonight. Had some personal issues to attend to, but he will be back for the next ball game. Javon Robinson, left wing, moves right around a Gaskins screen, bounces back to Hall. Hall, high point. Now Garcia with 15 to shoot, low right Gaskins. He lobs a pass out, and that will sail over the head of Garcia and out of bounds for a Lynn turnover. Gaskins lost his balance a little bit in the post. So off the turnover, Lions ball, looking for their first points. Oliver, the point guard, comes over to Johnson between the rings. They want to post Kendrick in the post. This is a steal by McCallum. McCallum, bounce pass across the lane, a tough one to handle. It was behind Gaskins. McCallum, who handles the ball very well for a big man post player, tried a difficult pass through 2 defenders across the lane for the second turnover in a row for Lynn. High point Callop, he drives left of the lane, back up, floating 10-footer strong. Rebound battle for Kendrick has it. His putback is short. Kendrick gets it back. Jump hook. Athletic forward will check in. He replaces Perkins. Saladim Dewberry, 6'5" senior out of Calypso, North Carolina. Josh Garcia being pressured, man-to-man defense deployed by Oliver. Over to Robinson, right sideline. He's quickly doubled. Bounces for McCallum, low right. Goes to the basket and is bodied and fouled by Kendrick. The first team foul on the Lions. It is 5-3 Lynn. 2.5 minutes into the ball game. Josh Garcia to inbound. Comes into Gaskins, right corner. Back out high to Robinson. They swing the perimeter to Hall, left wing. Chris moves right around a McCallum screen, tries to hit McCallum on his cut, and that will soar out of bounds. The ball was deflected by St. Leo. So it'll be Knights ball with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Garcia in the corner. Rises for 3, good. Josh Garcia with a defender on him. Nails his second trifecta. 8-3 Lynn. Oliver handling against Garcia. Steal by Garcia. Dewberry knocked it off of Josh's leg, however, and out of bounds, so St. Leo will keep it. It may have been a A bump there by Dewberry that he got away with. 8-3 Knights. Oliver moves his dribble laterally to the right wing. Now out high to Nate Johnson. He scoops to Cullup. Cullup against Hall with 7. Drives to the basket. Left-handed scoop shot. No. McCallum elevates for the board. Outlets to Hall. Hall races up the right sideline searching for an advantage. Brings it into the lane. Now comes up top to Garcia. Back to Chris. Wide right. He rises 4-3. Front rim, no. Dewberry elevates for the board. Outlet to Oliver. No look pass to Kendrick. He took steps before his move in the paint. So a St. Leo turnover gives it back to the Knights, who lead by 5. Full court, light man-to-man pressure deployed by the Lions. Hall and Garcia break that. And a reach-in foul whistled against Oliver. A second team foul on St. Leo. 4 minutes in here, it's Lynn 8, St. Leo 3. The Knights 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Both trays hit by Garcia. And the Lions off slowly here, just 1 of 5 from the field. Javon Robinson will inbound opposite the Lions bench with a new shot clock. Robinson holds and bounces into Josh between the rings. Gets it to Hall right of the key. Chris Hall drives to the corner, leans in, shoots and scores off the glass. Nice use of the body to protect his jumper by the crafty senior guard. 10-3. Knights by a TD. Cullup lobs to Kendrick, low right. Beautiful pass to Dewberry, and he scoops it in. Nice no-look pass from the low post by Kendrick. 10-5 Knights. Chris Hall in front of the Lions bench. Gets a Gaskins screen. Gives it to Gaskins on his cut. Pull up 15-footer rimming in. Jimmy Gaskins with 4. 12-5 Knights. Cullup works against Garcia. Right wing. Runs a pick and roll with Kendrick. Comes a Dewberry right elbow. Across the lane to Jenkins. Low left, Kendrick turns to face, in the paint, leans in, shoots up wildly. No, Dewberry's put back, no good. McCallum elevates and bodies for the rebound. Ahead to Garcia, who finds Robinson 4-3, good. Javon on the board with a tray. Knights up 10. Cullup left of the key, drives the baseline. Bodied by Gaskins, his pass stolen by McCallum. McCallum leads Hall into the forecourt. Chris across the lane, Garcia, and he lays it in. Welcome back to the DeHornley Center. Ari Shannock with you this evening. Knights, a terrific explosion to begin the ball game. They lead it by 12, 17-5. Lions ball, Jenkins. Comes back to Thompson. He drives, dishes across the lane. That's controlled there and scored by Walter Perkins, a 6'7" senior. Josh Garcia, who has 8 points. Perfect from the field, 3 of 3, 2 for 2 for beyond the arc. Over to Gaskins' right wing. He drives into the corner, now penetrates, hangs, shoots, and scores in the paint. Strong move by Gaskins, who has 6. Chris Watson has checked in the game for McCallum. Along the baseline, Robinson to Jenkins. In the corner, back to Williams. He drives the baseline, lean in 12-footer, back iron, no good. Javon Robinson the rebound. On the attack, middle of the floor, bounce pass intercepted back the other way by Thompson. Thompson works 1-on-2. He'll pull up for a long 3, back iron, no. Rebound seized by Hall. Chris Hall surveys as he comes into the forecourt. And we'll leave it precariously there, but Josh Garcia is able to control. He bounces to Gaskins along the wing, drives the baseline, leans in, scores! Jimmy Gaskins, and there's a turnover by the Lions as they try to push ahead, and Nate Johnson was not looking for the pass. The Knights have been very effective and efficient at clearing out a side for Jimmy Gaskins. And with his athleticism, able to utilize the isolation and take a bigger player off the dribble. Lynn by 2 touchdowns, 21-7. Garcia across the half-court line to Hall, left wing. Moves right around a Terrell Williams screen and comes to Robinson right of the key. He moves left around a Watson screen. Inside to Chris, his layup. No, he was fouled, no call. Put back, baked it in. Sweet shot by Watson as he stayed with it and didn't complain. A 16-point Knights lead. And underneath a foul whistled on Watson as he battled in the post was Saladim Dewberry. That is team foul number 2 on Lynn. Inbounding is Thompson. He comes into Jackson. 3-pointer by Thompson, front rim no, rebound battled for and seized by Perkins. Thompson will try another 3, straight on this time, and it's in. So the first tray of the day for St. Leo. They're now 1 of 3, 4 of 12 from the field. Chris Hall has it, left sideline, moves right around a Watson screen, goes behind his back with the dribble, rises 4-3, back iron no. Rebound on the floor to Jackson. Jackson on the rush up the left side, drives the lane, lost control of the ball, and it almost sails out of the gymnasium. So Lions turnover will give it back to Lynn. Pascal Schuler replaces Javon Robinson. Man-to-man, full court pressure deployed by head coach Mike Madigan and the Lions. Terrell Williams hands to Schuler, left side. Gets it to Hall between the rings. Over to Garcia, right of the key, 4-3. Front rim, no. Chris Watson the rebound. Cross court to Hall for a 3. Yes! Chris Hall with his first trifecta. He has 5. 26-10, Lynn. Thompson on the bounce. Drives left to the paint. Lean in, 15-footer strong. Rebound, Dewberry, and put back is in. 26-12 Knights. 11 minutes to play in the half. Terrell Williams has it high point. Now comes to Schuler, wide right. Over to Hall. Chris beyond the arc, comes back to Williams. He drives in, leans in, is fouled. His shot up and in. Count it for Terrell. With it inbound in the corner, wide open for a 3 is Sally. It rims no good, and McCallum is there to seize the board. Josh Garcia calls out the play as he walks it into the front court. St. Leo has gone into a zone. Hall has it over to Terrell Williams. Foul line, gets a defender in the air, leans in, and shot rejected by an athletic Jackson. Terrell Williams gets it back. He puts it up strong and scores off the glass. Yeoman's work by Terrell. Out hustled the front line of the Lions. 31-12 Lynn. 10 minutes to play in the first half. The 4th team foul on Lynn. Cullup will inbound in front of the Knights bench. Comes into Jackson. They're looking to post Perkins low left. They get it to Kendrick, high point. The big lefty lobs into Perkins. And he missed the layup. Terrell Williams, weak side rebound. Here comes Hall in the express lane, middle of the floor. Scoops to Terrell, goes all the way to the hoop. Layup is short. And rebound to Perkins. Cullup has it, accelerating into the front court to the right elbow. Lobs across the lane to Perkins. Took steps, no call. Ball on the floor and out of bounds to the Lions. Back to the DeHornley Center. Ari Shannock with you this evening. 31-12. A fantastic start for Lynn. They missed an assignment there off the inbound play and an easy deuce for Jeremy Jackson. So an efficient inbounds play run by the Lions and head coach Mike Madigan. 31-14. Hall skip past Schuler. Wide left, up high to Garcia, who bounces for Chris. Back to Josh Garcia. Penetrates with the dribble, hanging 15-footers short, but he got hit on the arm by Matthew Saleh. So to the line to shoot two is Josh Garcia, who is 3 of 4 from the field, including 2 trays. Josh has 8 points on the year. He averages 12 a game. The first free throw is true. Garcia, 76% free throw shooter. Javon Robinson returns and will give Hall a rest. Garcia connects on the second free throw, so he now has 10. Kendrick beyond the arc. The 6'11" center hands off to Saleh. Over to Cullup. With 18 to shoot, Cullup guarded by Schuler. Saleh 4-3, left side is short. Rebound Garcia took it away from Dewberry. On the attack, middle of the floor, leads Schuler into the corner. And no advantage. Lynn will set up the offense. Javon Robinson left wing over to Garcia. St. Leo has settled into a zone after being burned, lit up against their man-to-man defense. Javon Robinson in the lane, gets Kendrick in the air, out to Gaskins, long two, back iron no good, and Saleh the rebound. Cullup in the corner, Dewberry's 15-footer rattles in. And it's 33-16. Josh Garcia over to Schuler, left side. His bounce pass stolen by Saleh, but he dribbled it off Garcia's foot, and Lynn gets it back. Garcia receiving instructions from the Lynn bench. Josh beyond the arc. Robinson right side. Over to Garcia, 4-3, straight on, yes! Josh Garcia's El Fuego with 3 threes. Cullup in the corner, Kendrick. Back to Dewberry, 16-footer, back iron no, Garcia rebound, he's doing everything. Leads the break back the other way and bounces for Gaskins to the foul line. Interior feed, McCallum, and he half hooks it in. Nice assist by Gaskins. And good hands by McCallum. 38-16 Lynn. Jackson crossover dribble, floats in and scores. Very athletic play by Jeremy Jackson out of Chi-Town. Jeremy Jackson now with 6, leading the Lions in scoring. Josh Garcia, high point. To Schuler. Pascal drives in, gets caught in the air. His pass is deflected out of bounds. It'll be Lynn ball with 13 on the shot clock. Substitutions for Lynn: Hall, Watson and Williams return. And Gaskin, Schuler, and McCallum depart. Garcia inbounds to Terrell Williams. A couple weeks of action as he hits the second foul shot. It is 40-18 Lynn. Anthony Mason on the bounce. Anthony Mason out of Brooklyn. So some big city recruiting from St. Leo. A couple players out of Chicago. Mason out of Brooklyn. Jackson, one of those players from the Windy City. Lobs into Kendrick, low left. Jump hook, fadeaway is in. Nice shot by the 6'11" center. He shows some skills. 40-20. Josh Garcia over to Hall. Working against the zone. Watson in the corner. They swing it back out high point to Garcia. Javon Robinson lifts 4-3. Side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dewberry. Ahead to Cullup. Cullop facing Hall in the forecourt. Now Dewberry. Crossover dribble, leans in, scoop shot, no good. Rebound battle for and out of bounds to Lynn. Knights ball up by 20. 5 minutes to play. And gorgeous Boca Raton, Florida, 80 and sunny today here, folks. 40-20 Knights. They are as hot as the weather with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Josh Garcia, long lead pass in the front court for Robinson. He rises for a three, in and out. Long rebound to Dewberry. Leads the Lions attacking back the other way with Cullop. Cullop, crossover dribble. He lifts for a three-pointer, no. Rebound battle for, and tapped around, Hall captures. Chris Hall accelerates up the floor. It comes to Garcia for a three, good. Josh Garcia says thank you to Chris for the assist as he's hit his fourth three. Cullop the other way to Jackson for three. Side of the rim, no good. Dewberry tips it in. 43-22. As the coaching staff says, slow it up to Garcia. Let's run a play here. Chris Hall was fouled from behind, no call. Looked like a reach in there by Mason. Terrell Williams at the foul line, puts to the floor. Back to Robinson for a three, in and out. Rebound by Kendrick. Kendrick bounces to Cullop in the back corner, who's being pressured by Chris Watson in one-man defensive coverage. And there's a reach in on Chris. Cullop, left wing, lobs to Kendrick. Low left, goes to the basket. Reverse layup, no, tipped in by a flying Dewberry. Sounds like a circus act. That's 43-24 Lynn. Josh Garcia, high point. Robinson left side. Moves right around a Williams screen. Over to Garcia. Now Hall. Back to Josh. Long three-pointer. Front rim, no. Dewberry captures the board. Outlet to Cullop. Head to Thompson for three. Yes. So the Lions starting to hit. Lynn attacking back the other way. Terrell Williams was 20. The inbound comes to Oliver. St. Leo working from my left to right here in the second half. Oliver out high to Johnson. Man-to-man defense for Lynn. Perkins. High point, hands to Oliver. The left-hander penetrates left of the lane, leans in, floats, shoots, no good. Rebound Perkins, his putback is in, so St. Leo hurting Lynn on the glass, particularly on the offensive end. The lead is cut to 12. Javon Robinson lobs to McCallum at the foul line. Cameron puts it to the floor. Half hook shot, bank, no good. McCallum gets his back. Left-handed hook shot, no good. Out to Garcia for three. Yes! And we played almost 3 minutes of basketball. The lead is just 6. Garcia accelerates in the front court, got pushed from behind, and a foul is called on Anthony Mason. As the first team foul whistled on St. Leo. And Javon Robinson will inbound opposite the Lynn bench. Still holding, comes into McCallum. Takes it in the lane, left-handed jump hook, good, and a foul on Kendrick. Big score right there by the large Aussie, Cameron McCallum. McCallum has 4 points to accompany 7 rebounds. His first trip to the line tonight. McCallum can extend the lead back to 9, but he misses. Rebound seized there by Perkins. Cullop beyond the arc left side. Brings it between the rings. Guarded by Hall. Cullop does not seem to possess a lot of quickness, so an easy cover for Chris. Anthony Mason, left wing against Robinson. Leans in, forces up a wild shot and scores. So Mason, a little playground Brooklyn move. The freshman out of Brooklyn, Bedford Academy. Narrows the lead to 6. Garcia to McCallum. Dribbles into the lane, had it swatted away, ball on the floor. Gaskin saves to Hall. He bounces for Josh. Garcia, three-pointer, top of the key, good. Garcia, his 6th three. He has 22. Cullip penetrates left of the lane and dishes to Johnson. He drives into the paint. Scoops to Mason. He drives, hangs, shoots, no good. Perkins rebound, put back is in. Perkins is hurting Lynn on the offensive glass. Chris Hall attacks back the other way along the baseline. Now will dribble out of trouble, and a blocking foul whistled on Anthony Mason. Perkins now with 7 rebounds, and a majority of those on the offensive end. He has 10 points. And Dewberry, another player who's done yeoman's work on the offensive glass for St. Leo. He as well has 10.7 rebounds. So Chris Watson checks in as Lynn goes a little bigger with Watson and Terrell Williams. A little more athletic in the post. Javon Robinson wide right. Moves left around a Williams screen. Over to Hall. He rises for 3. Rimming no good. A loose ball foul called on Williams. Terrell Williams. So it's St. Leo ball. Lynn by 7. 15:20 to play. In a high-scoring ball game. 56-49. Cullip checked by Hall. He bounces to Jackson. Jeremy Jackson. Bounces to Dewberry. Back to Cullip. High point. He rises 4-3, rimming no good. Rebound, tip try Kendrick. No, Watson slaps it away, but it sails out of bounds as he battles the 6'11", Matt Kendrick. Inbounding will be Anthony Mason with a new shot clock. He comes into Jackson. High point Cullip. Cullip drives, turns and gets it back to Mason. He penetrates, hangs, scoops it up. No, Watson elevates above everybody for the board. Outlet to Garcia. Garcia attacks the right side of the floor. Pull up, NBA 3, yes! El Fuego, Josh Garcia. Lynn by 10. Garcia has 25. Cullip back the other way for 3. No, Kendrick tips it in from the weak side. As nobody got a body on the 6'11" center. Josh Garcia lobs to Terrell Williams left of the key. Terrell puts it to the floor and looks for help. Nobody's moving. Williams lobs back to Robinson, who hands to Garcia, and they reset. And good timeout called by Coach McMillan and Coach Altman. Welcome back to the DeHornley Center. Ari Shannock with you. 59-51 Lynn with 14 minutes to play. Chris Hall, high point with 9 to shoot. Over to Watson. Watson drives, hangs, shoots, back iron, no good. And rebound to St. Leo to Mason. Ahead to Cullip, probing the defense in transition. Cullip now scoops to Mason. Beyond the arc, right side. Back to Cullip between the circles. Uses a high screen, rises for a long 3 short. Rebound tapped around, 9:51. Lynn, the 9-point lead. They have led by as many as 20 in the first half, led by 14 at the break. Anthony Mason working one-on-one against Garcia. Angles his dribble to the corner. Now comes out high to Jackson. Over to Thompson. Back to Perkins, right side Jackson, 12 on the shot clock. Out high Mason, he lifts for 3 and buries it. As St. Leo, after a cold start, has turned on the burners. As their 5th 3. Chris Hall probing the defense back the other way, comes to Robinson. Now to Hall, right side. Chris wants to use a Terrell Williams screen, goes behind his back with a dribble over to Robinson. Low right, Williams. Backing down, jump hook, banked it, no good. Rebound Perkins. He hands it Thompson. Thompson accelerates in transition. Bounce pass Dewberry. His layup is in. Dewberry with a dozen. The lead is just 3. All of a sudden, St. Leo looks quicker and more athletic after Lynn dominated the first half. Garcia just inside the timeline. Angles his dribble to the right. They get it to McCallum, low right. McCallum goes hard to the basket, leaves his shot short. St. Leo attacking back the other way to Jackson. He flies in, his shot banked, no good. Jackson got his miss and is fouled by McCallum. And Lynn leads by 4. Dominic Robinson on the dribble. Left wing. They want to post Kendrick. Get it back to Thompson. Check by Hall. Thompson going one-on-one. Almost had it stripped, but got it back. Then Hall knocks it away. Schuler controls. Long lead pass. Gaskins flying in. His shot, no. Williams put back, no good. Here comes St. Leo attacking back the other way. Stripped by Hall, but Robinson gets it back underneath Kendrick. Kendrick double dribbled. Good aggressive defense, scrappy with 10 minutes to play. Josh Garcia moves into the forecourt. Comes to Gaskins, left sideline Hall. High point Schuler. Back to Chris. Drives the baseline, floats, hangs, shoots, bank, no good. Kendrick above everybody for the board. Cullup ahead to Robinson. Pull up 3 is in. Robinson with 8. They're now 6 of 15 from three-point land, but they started out missing their first 6. Chris Hall works against Robinson, and he's slapped on the arm. And welcome back to Lynn University. Josh Garcia has the inbound. 62-61 Knights. Gaskins to Hall. Chris angles his dribble high point to Schuler, who bounces for Garcia. Terrell Williams, isolation, spins into the lane, floats in, shoots, bank, no good. Tough shot delivered there by Williams. Attacking back the other way, and the layup is missed there by Jackson. His putback no good. Gaskins elevates above everybody to save to Garcia. Ahead to Gaskins. Attacking back the other way is Lynn. Jimmy Gaskins angles his dribble to the right, and Lynn will set up the offense with no advantage. Gaskins left to the key, comes to Hall. Over to Schuler. Bounces to Hall, bounced it behind him though, and it goes out of bounds. As Hall was open on the backdoor cut. Cameron McCallum on the bench with 4 fouls. Dewberry has 4 for St. Leo. Kendrick bounces in the corner. Going to the basket and forcing one up no is Jeremy Jackson, but he drew the foul on Schuler. As Jackson liked that matchup on the isolation. So Jeremy Jackson at the line to shoot 2. His first free throw is in, and we are tied at 62. Lynn led in this game 40-20 and led at the half 48-34. Well, this is a different St. Leo team now, quick and athletic and attacking and shooting the ball well. Second free throw is missed, long rebound out to Garcia though. So we're tied at 62. Lynn has struggled to get into their offense. They started so hot from the field. Javon Robinson runs down a loose ball, and there's a kick by Jackson. St. Leo just really sparked and aggressive on the floor. Thompson replaces Jackson. So Lynn will inbound with 18 on the shot clock. They come into Hall. Chris Hall between the rings, over to Garcia, right side. Josh penetrates the baseline, floats in, shoots no good. Terrell Williams, big rebound. His layup, no. And Kendrick the rebound. Thompson attacking back the other way for three. Back iron, no good. Gaskins above everybody for the rebound. Lynn may have gotten away with a foul there on that shot by Thompson. Chris Hall spinning back the other way, leans in and is fouled. So Lynn recaptures the lead here at 2. Daniel Oliver on the shoulder high dribble. Over to Cullup, right wing. Hits Perkins on his cut. He charges into Gaskins, offensive foul. Nice weak side help by Jimmy Gaskins. .7:20 to play. Josh Garcia checked in the backcourt by Oliver. Two small point guards going at it. Over to Terrell Williams. He drives in, hangs, shoots, and scores. And one. Terrell Williams used his quick first step. 62. Well, let's hope St. Leo expended much of their energy in that comeback from the 20-point deficit to tie it at 62. Because they were a much quicker team than Lynn in a long stretch in the comeback. Oliver's pull-up 20-footer, no good. Rebound Gaskins as he out-muscles Jackson. Gaskins attacks up the middle of the floor with a dribble, had it stripped from behind by Anthony. Here come the Lions back the other way. Cullup, right wing. Moves around a high screen. Dewberry at the foul line, put it to the floor, stripped by Williams. In the express lane, ahead to Garcia. His layup, no, tipped in by Gaskins. Outlet Oliver. St. Leo ball, in by 7. Cullup beyond the arc right side. Pressured defensively. Interior feed and scoring is Mason underneath. Lynn by 5 with 6 minutes to play. St. Leo going into a zone here. Javon Robinson has it, drives to the foul line, back to Garcia. Garcia pressured defensively. They're not going to let him have an open look. He has 7 threes. Right elbow is Gaskins, puts to the floor, kicks to Williams. He drives, hangs, left-handed scoop shot too strong. Rebounded by Mason. On the attack is Robinson. Over to Thompson. Guarded by Robinson. Thompson around a high screen, penetrates, scoop shot is in. Strong tank by Jamal Thompson, the senior who began his career at Alcorn State. The 2-3 zone deployed here by St. Leo. The lead is 3 for Lynn. Robinson, wide right. Out high to Garcia. Back to Javon, 10 on the shot clock. Chris Hall penetrates, leans in from 10 and scores. Good balance by Chris on that, Jay. 71-66 Knights, 4:45 left. Robinson, pull back, long 2 is strong. Rebound on the floor and over the back. I believe they are going to call that on Robinson. That is the second foul on Javon. So a 1-and-1 upcoming for Jamal Thompson. Thompson has 13 points, front rims the first free throw, the front end of the 1-1, so a break for Lynn there. They have a 5-point lead with 4:30 to play. Chris Hall works against the zone. Top of the perimeter to Garcia. Williams pass deflected out of bounds to Lynn with 18 on the shot clock. And a warning delivered to the bench and head coach Mike Madigan as he's fighting right back with the official. No technical call. Josh Garcia inbounds to Hall. 15 to shoot. Over to Garcia. Right wing. Josh moves around a high screen from Terrell Williams. Over to Hall with 9. 8. Over to Garcia. Long three-pointer by Josh. Yes! Garcia with his 8th three. There's a steal back the other way by Robinson. Long lead pass Hall. Chris goes to the basket. Hard lays it in. 76-66 Lynn. Testing the defense back the other way is Robinson. He's spinning on his dribble, checked by Gaskins. Drives into the lane. His bounce pass is kicked by Chris. So it'll be Lions ball. Cameron McCallum will check back with his 4 fouls as he replaces Terrell Williams. The inbound to Perkins. Over to Robinson. Drives the baseline. His pass out of bounds and a turnover by the Lions. He tried to hit Mason across the lane with a dangerous pass. Lynn by 10. So that charge back by St. Leo to tie it after being down 20 took quite a bit out of them as they do appear to be a bit fatigued. Chris Hall goes behind his back with the dribble against a man-to-man D. Over to Gaskins. Gaskins jump stop and he's grabbed and fouled by Dominic Robinson. That is the 10th team foul on St. Leo. Double bonus time for Lynn and Gaskins. Gaskins 2 of 3 from the line tonight. The first free throw rattles in for Jimmy. Gaskins with 14, Hall with 11, Terrell Williams with 14, and Garcia with 28. Jimmy Gaskins, 6'4" junior, delivers and connects. St. Leo 66. And a game of runs. Lions ball, Kulip drives the baseline. Turns around, loses his dribble, now is trapped. The ball's poked away, so he gets it back. His shot up no good. Rebound and put back is in by Dewberry, who has done some damage on the offensive glass. Dewberry now with 14 points, 9 rebounds. Chris Hall works right wing, guarded by Jackson. Over to Robinson between the rings. Lynn running a little clock here on the spread offense. Gaskins underneath, he rises and dunks it. Jimmy Gaskins. Terrell Williams comes back in for McCallum as they will save McCallum. He has 4 fouls just in case. It comes down to the wire. Jackson leans in, floats one up, no good. Garcia the weak side rebound. Josh Garcia accelerates into the front court, looks for an advantage. No look pass to Gaskins and he scores with a layup. Nice dish by Josh. And Gaskins now with 20. 82-68, the lead back up to 14 where it was at the half. The largest of the night was 20. We were tied at 62, so Lynn on a 20-6 run here. There's a, should be an offensive foul, and then Dominic Robinson throws the ball at Garcia after the play's over. Robinson finds Jackson. Lost the dribble to Garcia. Garcia, no-look pass ahead to Williams. Williams flies in and is fouled. Back live at the DeHornley Center. It is Lions ball. Three-pointer by Thompson, short. Garcia the rebound as they just ran out of gas to the Lions after coming back from a 20-point deficit. Chris Hall takes it to the hoop and lays it in around the defense as they lapsed and thought Lynn was just going to run clock, and Hall took advantage. Back the other way, Oliver is fouled by Robin. Well, when Perkins went to the bench for St. Leo, that really benefited the Knights because he was doing big-time damage in the paint. Perkins not in foul trouble. He's got a double-double at 10 and 10, and he really spent quite a number of minutes on the bench here late in the second half. (87-70) Lynn. With 40 seconds left, the crowd hooting it up as they see Michael Wu, 6'2" junior out of Mercer Island, Washington. Check to the scores table. They want to see Wu get some action. Garcia's free throw is in. And here comes Wu for Javon Robinson. Wu's got his own cheering section. He gets Chris Hall. Garcia's second foul shot is in and out, and Terrell Williams over the back on the rebound.